everyone, welcome back to Resin Me Up. So we're going to make a mold, and I've already got the thing in here, so I'm not going to take it back out because it's already placed where I want it to place or where it needs to be. So, but we're going to use a different silicone today, and I'm recording at a different angle because I have something else over on my other side of my table, and I don't have a thing over here to do down, so I'm using my pole from the other side, and I'm just flip my camera the other way. So today we're going to use the Let's Resin silicone rubber, the 0A. I've never used it, and so they sent me some to try, and basically this is a mixed ratio of 1A, 1B by weight. So it's not a 1-to-1 by volume. Their silicone is really basically the same as their others, except for it has to be weighed, and you need to stir it for 3 to 5 minutes. And it says pour the well mixed silicone into the container, and remember to cover the top of the master mold by at least 1/4 inch. So we have to go 1/4 inch above. The silicone may be ripped if you make it too thin, which I think I've said that before. And then to reduce and avoid bubbles, put the silicone into a vacuum machine for bubble discharge, which I'll put mine in the vacuum chamber. After you mix the silicone, seal it and store it in the refrigerator for an hour. Huh? Then let it continue to cure at room temperature. I don't need to do that because I'm going to be using my vacuum chamber to take out the bubbles completely. So what you can use for a master mold, you can use epoxy resin cured pieces, plaster, ceramic, cement, glass, sulfur-free clay like air dry clay or polymer clay, and some of the 3D model PLA and ABS materials. And some of the things that you should avoid contact with while curing is UV resin, 3D printer resin, polyurethane resin, unsaturated polyester resin, uncured epoxy resin, and polyester putty. Compounds containing heavy metal ion, including nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, tin, lead, mercury, arsenic, and other heavy metals. Sulfur-containing clay like plasticine, hardening clay, industrial plasticine clay, and carved oil sludge. Sulfur-containing silicone rubber, synthetic rubber, latex gloves, nitrile neoprene, Buna-in, natural rubber, and rubber bands. So these are all things that you should avoid. And then in their little booklet here, they show you their 0A, 10A, 15A, and 30A, and what colors they are: translucent green, translucent blue, and the timing and the tear resistant strength, how flexible they are, and the curing times, and what they're recommended for. So that's a good little thing you could probably take out of here and laminate it and keep it, so that way you know what silicones are best used and for what. So basically that is it in a nutshell. So this has a 0A shore hardness, so it means it's ultra soft. The lower the shore hardness, the lower the toughness and tear resistance. So 0A silicone rubber has weaker tear resistance compared to other hardnesses such as 15A and 30A. However, 0A silicone rubber has better flexibility, meaning you can take things out of the molds better. It's great for making 3D silicone molds due to their extreme flexibility. Can also be used to make silicone products. If you want to make candle molds, 0A is also recommended. To achieve a 0A hardness, we use more silicone oil to manufacture this product. After the silicone is fully cured, the outside of the mold may feel oily. This is a normal phenomenon. After a few times of use, this situation will improve. And then we went over what the tips were to reduce the bubbles. So what you get is two 35-ounce jugs, one part A and one part B. You get 4 cups and you get 4 mixing sticks and a pair of gloves. And the gloves are always way too big for me, so I have to use my own gloves. And that's what comes in this kit. So part A, part B. And I always save these bags because I put it right back in the bags in case of a leak or something like that. Okay. So, how much do I think I'm going to need for this? I don't know because I never know. I just guess. But I think I'm going to get my silicone cup for this. Just a second, because I know I'm going to need more than what an 8-ounce cup will hold. Just a second. Okay, so slide these up here. And I know you can't tell what that is, but that's even better because then you're going to be surprised. And after you open the lid, there's a little plug in here. Let's set these right here, because I generally don't put them back in because they're just a mess to clean in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, get a wet paper towel here because I got it all over my gloves. Get it all over the outside of the bottle. Okay. Let's go start out with let's start out with 600. Oh shoot, I forgot. I have to do this by weight. See, already forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so let me see what we got in here. Go to emails. What happened here? There we go. So that's 409. Let's just do 10 for 10. Whoa. All right, maybe 420. There we go. I am going to mix this by hand. And I'll be back once I get it mixed and ran through my vacuum chamber. So BRB. Okay. Move this down just a little bit. Let's do this one here first. Let's see where we are. Look at all those bubbles. Now this one, obviously, we're not filling up, but okay. And I'll have to mix some more up. Okay, I'll get more mixed up, get that poured on top of there, and then we'll be back on demold. Okay, bye. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Resin Me Up Thursday morning. Well, I don't know if you guys could tell in the video yesterday at the end that I did top coat these coasters. And I did add some rainbow sparkle to them. So each one of them got a top coat. What the heck? There. I was doing something this morning with soapy water and I splashed some on top of there. So they all look really good top coated with that top coat. I could splashes of soapy water on them. So yeah, they look really nice. And I like the fact that I added that rainbow sparkle in there because they're pretty blooms, but they were kind of dull. So there you have it. Those are all done. Okay, now today we are going to do something a little fun. Started this process yesterday, and today we're going to finish it. Now, I did have extra from yesterday, so I poured in my handmade bowl. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. Got to bring it over here to myself. This is not the easiest to, let me move this over here because that's what we're doing today. Compared to what we're doing today, this is so much harder. I just got to get a hold of it. There we go. And I don't know, it may be full of bubbles because the resin was quite hot. Yeah, it is. It's pretty though. And the bubbles are just mainly, oh, I guess that there are bubbles. It's just the mica powder. I thought it was all bubbles. It's just how the mica powder was, or is. But that's that fuchsia. And all I did was just layer the fuchsia and the clear like I did. So yeah, I just need to clean that up because that is sharp. And then I also had some resin that had the rainbow sparkle in it from the top coats. And so it's in there too. So yeah, so there's that. Cute, huh? Okay, what are we doing today? Okay, well, yesterday I started a process, and you'll see the first part of that video, but I made a mold. And so, and the reason I started it yesterday is because I wanted to be able to pour into it today. So let me show you what I made a mold of. Isn't that cute? It's a strawberry and it's a dish. It's so cute. I just love it. I thought it's cute. Cute, cute, cute. So I've already got it out of the mold housing and trimmed up and ready to go. So all we have to do is pour in it. So we're going to do that today. And I used Let's Resin's 0A silicone because they sent me some and wanted me to try it. Let me tell you the difference, you guys, in the 0A and the 15A. I mean, this is so flexible. Like those things came out of there no problem at all. And the detail is exquisite. Very nice detail. So, yeah. I mean, I used to use 10A for everything, and I've never used a 0A before ever. And so this is a 0A, and it's very flexible. I mean, I could see why they use it a lot for candle molds, but we'll see how this works when we put resin into it. The glass came out very nice, so it wasn't hard to get out at all. So now the lid obviously is not going to be concave in the center because, you know, as you know, there's no way to do that. So we're just going to pour it just like it is, and it'll be a solid lid, which is fine. So the only way I could do that is if I made a plug, and I did make, or some of the silicone went underneath, and this is a partial plug, you know, which, you know, you could do a partial plug in there, but I don't know. I'm going to try to do the solid first. And then if we decide that we want to plug in there, because yeah, this is smooth on the inside, I could pour silicone in there and make a full plug. So yeah, I still haven't started on the other mold yet to do that one, but I don't know. That one is way confusing, but we're going to go ahead and pour this today. So on the outside of this lid, there is the green leafy part and the stem. And then the rest of this is the strawberry part. So I think what I want to do is I want to brush. I want to brush on that green and then down inside that stem and make it green. So let me grab some green, and I think I'm going to use the chrome powder, maybe. Or maybe I'll use the Intense Chameleon, because when you use the Intense Chameleons, you can usually back it with anything. It's just that it's a mess to clean up. Let me grab a brush. Oh, I had my whole table cleaned yesterday because I was making stuff. So all my stuff's over there. Okay. And I'm using these now when I do my handmade molds, because they don't stick to your table. And these are what you put cakes on when you bake or make cakes, you know. They work quite handy for that. Okay, let's see how much of a mess I can make. Ha! Don't want to make a mess at all, but I have a feeling I'm going to. I'll brush downward. Did you guys all watch Bobby Joe's video yesterday of the pigment pastes, making the pigment paste? I loved that dark blue color. What did she call it? It was the first one she made, and then the brown one that looked like tiger's eye. Can you imagine that swirled with black? Oh, or a really dark brown. Gosh, that would be gorgeous. And then the ocean water, I think is what she called it. At first I was like, not really digging that. And then when she poured it, it looked totally different than what it looked like in the jar. So I was liking those. I like making my own pigment paste too, but I never really thought about mixing like older micas and eyeshadows and stuff. I got a whole bunch of that, you know, create your own colors instead of just making plain old pigment paste. Okay, guys, got that brush, got it cleaned up, and resin is mixed up. And we're going to use a color today called Strawberry from Octopus Fluid Inks. Let's see. Let's set this one aside. Actually, I don't know how much these take, so I don't know if I want to mix all of this up or not. So let me divvy it out. Just so I'm not mixing all of it up with strawberry. There's 5 ounces. There's 5 ounces. Because I do have some other things here that I need to pour, but I don't want them to be strawberry color. Okay, let's mix this one. Okay, let me go run this through my vacuum chamber, and then we'll see how much more I need, and then we'll figure that out. Okay, BRB. Okay. Scoot this over here in the frame. Move this over here. And I did add some marabou to it because I do like how that twinkles and sparkles. Okay, we'll just let that settle. It's pretty close. I don't think I'm going to need 5 ounces for that though. Okay, let me run this to the vacuum chamber. BRB. Okay. Let's turn this around. Wish I had a turntable this big. Okay, now this one I can put alcohol in because there's no powder inside of it. Oh, I need to fish out bubbles. Whoa. Glue that back on. All right. Just a second, you guys. Let me quiet him down. Okay. If I wouldn't quiet him down, he'd continue to bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. All right. Well, that was a pretty good guess. Because now they're both full. I was going to put them in my pressure pot, but you know what, guys? I'm worried because this is not as thick as the 15A. So I'm going to need to check to see like I said, I've never used the 0A, so I'll need to check with Michelle and find out how her 0A works in her pressure pot. Fuzzies everywhere. Okay, well, I'm just going to let them sit here and cure. And we'll be back on Demold. Okay, bye. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Guess what? Sorry, I had to get a drink. Because if I didn't, I was going to cough. I took a chance. I poured this. Boy, was that ever a disaster. Put the plug in there. Didn't realize I'd filled it too full. I had resin all over the table. So we're going to take this out of here first. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was terrible. It was a mess. But I did get it cleaned up, and I'm anxious to see what this looks like. No clue how to get this out of here. Oh, goodness. There's still resin all over the outside of it. Let's see if I can get a gloved hand in there. May need to spray soap. Because again, you know, this is that 15A, and it's not as pliable as either a 10A or a 0A. I have always used 10A. Always, 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 always. And it was always TEEXPERT because they had the best resin ever. I mean, silicone ever. Loved it. Well, then they quit making it. And I was so disappointed because that's all I ever used. Well, looky there. Feetsies are still a little soft. So I can't turn this around, that's for sure. We got all kinds of bubbles underneath that plug though. You can see all kinds of bubbles in there. And it's because I just put it in there. This was just a test to see if this was even going to work. All right, let's see if I can get this plug out of here without trying to ruin the feet. And it's got overpour over the plug because I overfilled it. Feet are really still really soft. Oh, that seems a little soft too. I may have to let it just sit in here and continue curing. I'm afraid that if I pop this out of here, it's not going to be strong enough. Oh, let me see. As I said, this is just an experiment, so I guess if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it's stuck. It's stuck to the bottom. Nope. It's not cured all the way down there, which in turn means that when I take that out of there, that's going to be ruined. So let me just let it cure and we'll see what happens. So let me set this over here and we'll just let it cure. Yeah. I mean, it looks good from here, but I don't know about that. That plug makes that pretty thin. Okay, well, we'll see. And that may not be cured until morning because it's pretty thin. Let's see what these look like. It's still a little warm, but we'll see. Aww, look at that. Huh? Love that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. So cool. You set her down here. Ah, I'm so excited. Let's get this one out of here. This one comes out a little tougher because this hole is a little smaller, but I just want to make sure it's ready. I don't want to ruin it. All right. This one was in the line of fire of the, the other one. Okay. In hindsight, I wish I would have did this the other way around. It probably would have been easier, but my hand inside there. Let's open. Oh no, it's not ready. Doggone it. I should have left it in there. Dang it. That top is really thin. Gonna have to re-pour this. Ugh, what a mess. Now I can't get this mold out. Jeez Louise. Look at that. Wasn't ready yet. Not even near it. Well, I'll have to re-pour this, you guys. But it will be cute. Ah, good grief. It's just a little thinner. Should have known better. The lid came out spectacular. It's perfect. Completely cured. I should have known better because that was going to be a lot thinner. Bummer. Well, I will have to get that re-poured and then, oh my. What a mess. And it probably won't be done tonight. So it'll have to be done, unmolded in the morning. But anyway, it's a cute little dish if it were done. Isn't that cute? It would be very cute. Turn this upside right so you can at least see. See how cute that's going to be? Darling. And then I was going to go in and make all those strawberry little things. Oh, how cute. All right, I'll re-pour this. That's all I can do. And then we'll have to let it cure overnight. The lid's fine. It's perfect. It's cured. This is just a little thinner than the other. Dang it. And then this will just have to be used as a deformed dish. That's going to have to be pulled out in the morning too. So we will have to see you guys in the morning. Because I got something, we're gonna work on something tomorrow that I started this week. I already showed it to you, but we're gonna start on something or finish it or whatever. So, all right, y'all, that's all I've got for you today. This will take overnight as well. Good grief. I have a feeling this is going to be too thin too, but we'll see. I'll pour another bottom and we will unmold it in the morning so you can see this, but it's going to be so cute. That it really is thin. And I even put it in the curing machine for 2 hours. But it just didn't. It's just too thin. All right, I'll get another report and we'll see you guys in the morning for that. At least I showed you what it's going to look like. There won't be any pictures at the end of this video, but I'll see you guys in the morning for the demold on that. And you guys will have to let me know what you think about my cute little strawberry dish. That's going to be so adorbs when I get it all poured and cute. Isn't it going to be cute? I just love it. Aw. All right, that's it for me, guys. We'll see you in the morning, and we'll see what it looks like poured and solid and all together. Okay? All right, have a great night. Bye.